Frogman. This is a Screambox original. Screambox sends me screeners now so I can watch these movies live or early. Yeah, we watched Frogman. Now, this is a found footage film, much like the Blair Witch Project in that vein, where a guy, when he was a kid, filmed the famous Frogman monster in his town. Now he's older. No one believes him. So he decides he's going to go back to the woods with his old VHS camera. I don't know why. It seems like it would be unreliable. And he's going to find that goddamn Frogman. It's very low budget, but I enjoyed it a great deal. Joey C., what did you think?
Boy, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know if it was a horror movie, and then it was Screambox, so I was like, all right, it has to be a horror movie. I ingested a few things before this movie, and
God damn, every time, Joey.
This was, I gotta
like
tell
at
you,
this point, you just tell us when you don't ingest something.
Yeah, we're just gonna
be surprised.
We're going to assume going forward.
This was not the movie to eat a brownie to, man. My neighbors were like banging downstairs, and I didn't know if it was in the movie or in real life. And
I thought you meant baggy like they were having sex. I'm like, wow,
no, it's a wholesome stream, man. I had my brownie. They were hammering something. This movie scared the shit out of me.
Really?
And I think it might have been because of the brownie per se. And I also watched it alone in the dark. And as a very manly man, I didn't get scared personally, but I'm sure somebody else would. I thought the special effects were pretty goofy. I got to be honest with you.
They knew when to do that glitchy static effect when they knew this the special effect wouldn't look good.
But I mean, I have a love for like bad indie movies because I've made plenty of them. So, and I'm a big fan of Blair Witch Project. So I loved this one. This one was a fucking blast to watch. Would absolutely watch it again.
Gil, what did you think?
I'm just picturing Joey. You had your own movie after you finished this one, and the gummies were like getting to their highest point. You were in the woods, like, I'm gonna find the Frogman.
He became the Frogman. He became what he feared most.
That's what I looked in the mirror and thought, oh my God, it's me.
Somebody else in town just had the same experience. They tackle you like, I got him.
Gil,
I really enjoyed the movie. I also loved it. I'm a big fan of found footage movies. Like you said, it's very low budget and it's very raw, which of course you expect from found footage. But this one, even more than usual. So if I were recommending it to people, I'd probably only recommend it to people who are fans of found footage. But the movie, even before you get to the creepy stuff, it won me over. Like, I enjoyed the characters. And with a slow burn like this, like it takes a while to get to the good stuff, you have to enjoy it as almost a hangout movie for about an hour. And I kept having these shots where like the guy and the girl are in the car and there's melancholy music on the radio and there's this history between them. And all those scenes worked for me. Like, I actually got into it. And the effects are a little goofy, but I feel like they did a good job. I mean, you kind of joked about it, but there were enough glitches where you just get glimpses of the effects. And I liked that they played it straight. Like, this could have been so goofy. It reminded me a little bit of Deadstream. I don't know if you saw that a year or two ago.
Yeah,
that movie kind of became a horror comedy, but this one took itself seriously all the way through to the end, and I appreciated that. Genuinely thought it was creepy. My only little complaint would be, with every movie like this, you have to find the excuse for why do they not turn the camera off. So you need the main character to be like, people need to see this. We have to record this. And I felt like the protagonist kind of became one note for like the second half of the movie. He just became obsessive about it, and that's all we got from him. But otherwise, really enjoyed it. Would recommend watching it late at night, with or without gummies.
Yeah, I really liked it. The characters I felt were like a little generic. Even like the whole like romance thing felt like Cloverfield. It felt like they were reusing that romance storyline. But I appreciate them trying, even if the characters didn't work for me, I appreciate them trying to make the characters interesting and trying to get you invested. I would have started the scares, even the fake out scare. I would have started that just a little bit earlier than the movie did. Also, it has my new favorite trope. Now, Adam, I know you didn't see this movie, but you've seen enough movies like this where they go to an old guy who will explain all the supernatural stuff. We just saw it in Tarot. We saw it in Imaginary. I think we saw it in Smile. They go to Boogeyman.
Well, I mean, they have to go to the interwebs first, and then they find the article that has the name of the person, and then
Well, what sets it off is that the main character, he's kind of in like a shitty place in his life. He's unemployed. He's living with friends. He got dumped, and his viral video from when he was a kid is now being discovered by the internet, and everyone's calling it fake. So he thinks going to the woods and finding the real Frogman will fix his life, and I guess it kind of does at the end. But no, it was enjoyable. It's short. It doesn't overstay its welcome. I just would have started the scares a little bit earlier, personally. But overall, if you like indie films, if you like found footage, I just thought it was weird that he was like, I need to film it on my old what you call it, Sony camera. I had that same camera, by the way. I think it may be like a different, like one model before or after, but I had basically the same camera, and I'm like, I wouldn't bring that out there today. They don't make enough tapes for them anymore. The battery's not going to last long. But overall, good film.